Hey everybody, welcome back to a very special Dungeon Beneath episode because I didn't even realize I didn't get to play any this weekend. There's an Ultra update. Ultra's all your damage dealers, and look at this. Look at, oh my god, who the hell these are? But I try not to, I want to react to this for you guys. I want to see it. But guys, 111 is out. This is an update that brings new characters, new heroes, new daily challenges, new difficulty level, and more. I don't really play much on... I need to get a little more confident in my dungeon diving so I can keep trying the higher difficulties. But we have new Ultra, 3 of them, and they all look super special, awesome, wonderful. So we have, going from left to right, the Arcane Ultra at level 3. He is 1 attack and 3 health, which is speed of 4. Not great. But at the end of the round, give all allied mages in this column plus 3 power. Holy crap. This is not an attacker. This is the first archer in the game. Not an attacker. He's made to buff a mage team. And he's going to make that mage team a whole hell of a lot better, man. You thought... Dude, that's freaking... That's insane. That's because it doesn't, I can't remember which way. I think row is left to right. But that means that literally if your hero is a mage too, you're gaining plus 6 power on the net. You can tear through anything in this game with that kind of damage. The Praexitor, at level 3, another wonderful lizard option. 6 health, 3 attack, 7 speed. And of course, being archers, they can fight front and back row. They don't care. When this character kills an enemy, give plus 1 power. Oh! Pardon my French, but damn! When this character kills an enemy, gives plus 1 power to all allied lizard folk. And inexhaustible. So let's go over that real quick. 3 attack, very good. 6 health, a little less, little less. You might want to give him a couple of those really nifty Ultra cloaks to help him have a little more survivability. But at 7 speed, he's going to be moving really quickly, which means he gets the first shot every round. 3 hit points is a lot in this game, which means that he has and he's inexhaustible, which means he has a high chance of killing whoever you want him to kill. He can dance around that battlefield and snipe. When he does that, remember it says right here, when this character kills, not the end of the round, not the beginning of the round, whenever he gets a kill, plus 1 power to all allied lizard folk. The other 3 characters on here are lizards, that's plus 4. You have the lizard hero, that is, no, that's plus 4, excuse me. Matt, I really wanted to get online today because it was a rough Monday, and you can see why. But yeah, that is plus 3, plus 4 maybe, which is a huge swing, as well as the fact that, remember, to do that, he had to kill something, which means that he's taking an enemy out, he's giving you more power, and he's inexhaustible. He can be wherever he needs to be. That is a huge lizard party buff. That is really tight and cool, and I love that. And the Sharpshooter, a level 3 human archer. So elf, hey, all 3 of the main races get a new person. Level 3 human archer, it's nice. It's nice. 5 hit points, not bad, not great. 3 attack, pretty good. A little slow with the 4 speed, but when an enemy gains poison, deal 1 damage to them. Huh. So on that one, I'm going to have to think, I might have to playtest that. It makes poison parties a little more viable. Whenever an enemy gains, so I guess whenever an enemy is poisoned, deal 1 damage to them. So it's basically the follow-up skill, but goes, so having 1 or 2 people with poison stuff can really do. Hey, maybe this thing down here explains it. Maybe I'm just dumb. So the Arcane Ultra at the round end, yeah, available at levels 2 and 3. The Praexitor, whenever this kills an enemy, gain 1 power, 1, 2, and 3. And the Sharpshooter, when an enemy gains poison, deal 1 damage to them. Note that this triggers, okay, yeah. So every time you hit an enemy with a poison attack and it poisons them, doesn't matter if they were already poisoned, when it poisons them, they're going to get an extra damage. That adds up. This is more of a boss killing ability because a lot of your characters with big beefy HPs are bosses. What this means is that you not only take damage whenever you act each round, you got a Sharpshooter on your team, you're going to take damage every time you take poison damage. You get 1 or 2 characters who can deal poison damage, you can have another 1 or 2 chip damage. And that's going to make the difference in some of the later fights and the end boss. Do you kill the end boss? Because remember, a 10-round fight at the end is not uncommon. 8 to 10 rounds, 8 to 10 damage, that can be the difference between whether you win or whether you lose. Well, I'm so tired. I'm excited for the game and I don't want to wait until Sunday, so I want you guys to have this today. I'm sorry. Hero variations. You can now unlock variations of it. How do you unlock them? The Arcane Researcher at the end of the round will give an allied mage in this lane 2 power. Thoric of the Hammer at the end of the round give the front... Oh! That is cool. Because I was never too happy about Thoric because Thoric gets... Thoric. Ugh. Can't talk. Because his ability gives himself +1 armor, which is not... It's not terrible, but you don't... There's very rarely any reason for your hero to take damage. So, and the vast majority of enemies in this game are going to hit for more than 1. So you're still trading your health points for that. But this makes it better. And then Elder Grix, the Blood Matriarch, is now poisonous and inexhaustible. I like that. I like that. I feel like this is it's the Ultra update. I feel like it's a pretty good Lizardman. Because I love the whole thematic of Lizardman, but they're all a little difficult to use. And it's okay to have higher difficulty party setups to have to build and gain around. But I do like that they gave you some really good options in both the character tier and the hero tier. That's really cool. Speaking of characters, look, it's updates! The Wraith Conduit can now be at level 1. Really cool. Nothing wrong with getting to play these people more. The Flame Adept can now be found at level 1. 2 and 3 now have 2 and 3. Okay, so this isn't just unlocking Flame Adept. I'm getting the feeling that maybe he was a little weak because they also buffed his attack. Now, it may have just been because they had to, had to say, well, we can't have him at 0 attack, so he's got to be, if he's going to be level 1, he's got to have 1 at level 1 and then 2 and 3. But I'm willing to bet that it's more the opposite way. This is just me spitballing. I'm willing to bet that it's more the opposite way, which is, we really want to buff him. As long as we're buffing him, he can go to level 1 now because a 1 attack mage is viable at level 1. But yeah, so now, again, getting to play with people more, not bad. The Mage of the Sun now has 2, 3, and 4 attack for 1, 2, 3. Again, another buff. I don't think I've ever played with Mage of the Sun. I think what is his, I want to say it's like gain power. So, I can understand that buff. You want to make them a little better. The Battle Mage now restores 2 health every time they gain power at level 2. Up from 1. Yeah. I can totally understand that. Because, again, I didn't use Battle Mages are really cool. But it was usually better to take a different mage. So now it makes it for power builds. It makes him a little more survivable. Battle Mage is also a frontline character. He's going to be taking a lot of hits. So making him able to heal is not terrible. The Venomancer now has Poisonous. A great buff. A fantastic buff. First of all, it plays off of this really well. Because, the Sharpshooter really well. I'm pointing at the wrong thing. Because when an enemy gains poison, deal 1 damage to them. The Venomancer is a mage, as you remember, that deals follow-up damage to everyone who's poisoned. But here's the thing. You were limited because you had to put him behind a character who could always poison. Well, not exactly behind, but you were limited because he was really only going to be following up against 1 character, even though it affects the entire field. And also, the Venomancer attack compared to other mages is weaker. It's weaker. So it's okay that he also poisons now because it triggers his follow-up damage more and it gives a little more chip damage. But against, like, say, a big tanky dude or a boss, for the most part, it's not going to be huge. But with that Sharpshooter, it is. The Elementor now has When an elemental is summoned, gain 1 attack. After the first round, summon a lightning wisp. Okay. So you're guaranteed at least the second turn to have 1 attack. That's a nice buff. I think everyone's been buffed. That's nice. Man, I feel all cozy and warm right now. But yeah, you know, it's you summon an elemental and you gain 1 attack. It can be easy or hard to summon elementals depending on your build. But elemental summoning's a little less than beast summoning, power, heal, doom. So making it to where the lightning wisp, which is, I'm guessing a wisp of lightning. I don't know what he gets to do, but still pretty dang cool. Not bad. And then the Tinkerer. Summon bombs and number. Everyone gets a buff. Tinkerer was really cool and really thematic. Issue was that the bomb would spawn randomly unless you were playing with 5 characters on the field. And even then, you have to take a hit. Now, what you do is you get your Tinkerer. And you get a couple other dudes who are inexhaustible. And you just blow the hell out of everybody. Because that's the way we like it. So yeah, Tinkerer is more playable. I might have to try Tinkerer. Other content. New difficulty level. You can now unlock new... God, I'm so behind on this. +5. Do you not like winning? Do you want someone to... Do you want feel like someone punches you in the nuts and you say, "Thank you, sir," and give them your wallet so they can go buy lunch and take your girl out on your dime? That's what this is probably is. For the sake of comedy. No, you can't. You have to unlock it. You have to unlock it. I would try harder to play at higher difficulties for the non... Do you unlock new game difficulties if I play... Oh, someone has to tell me. If I play the Daily Challenge and I beat it on New Game Plus, does that unlock New Game Plus Plus? Because I want to say it probably does, but I haven't tried it. We might test that or see if anyone's nice in the comments below to let me know. New Artifact, Book of the Stars. At the end of the round, give the lowest health allied mage +1 power. Love it. Because we have power builds could use a little more love. They're not as highly used as far as I can tell. They're a little... It's always nice to show the harder builds a little more love. And to rotate more variety of items that you can choose, because the artifacts can really help make or break. If you get a bunch of rando artifacts, it doesn't help you when you run and you feel kind of bad. New encounter. There are 3 new encounters available for New Game Plus. And oh, so that's a tease right there, guys. You ain't seen these dudes. You ain't seen these dudes on regular difficulty. We got to go New Game Plus. We've got to do it. New daily challenges. 3 new daily challenges to the cycle. Keep an eye out. I love it. Dude, I'm waiting for... At some point, they're going to come up with the insane daily challenge where you get 1 character or just your hero, but he's so amazingly badass that he has a decent shot of just soloing the entire dungeon. It's going to happen. It's going to be like the Jesus build or something. I don't know how it's going to happen, but it might happen. And choose your... Yes! This is wonderful! You now have more options for picking your route through the dungeon. I was just talking about this in the most recent episodes. Because even with the additional stuff, the problem was that it's always the same 2 options for the most part. More choices and more randomization on the choices is one... Thank you! These guys just give you a hug every single day. They just hug you every single day, and you have to love it. I feel loved right now. I feel happy. They've also made some balancing changes to the enemies. Here's the part that might be a little iffy. So, the skittering scorpoids that accompany the Sightless One, that is the Scorpion boss who will hit the highest health hero and poison, if I believe. Now move at the end of a round rather than after attacking. Good balance change. Doesn't change how they play mechanically. Does enable you to set your team up on your side better. So it doesn't take away their difficulty, but does make it possible for you to be a little more predictive in what you do. And I like that. The Hollowed Champions that accompany the Mind Reaver now move at the end of a round rather than after. Again, a good balance. Still hard, but more predictable. More easy to tell what I can do in this, because you don't know where they're going to go. So if you have a very slow party or a lot of slow damage, it might miss them. So I like that a lot. The spawn of Valak will now spawn a wandering orb at the end of a round rather than after taking damage. And then a number of encounters are now slightly easier or new. Oh, I was all hyped and now I'm going to be easy moding it. But okay. Spawn of Valak is... I guess that's a fair buff because if you have like a healing party or a lizard party, if you have people who just don't deal a lot of damage, you might accidentally continuously fill the board up. But that's probably fair. That is probably fair. It is better when I see enemy bounces and character bounces that when all the character bounces are good and buffs and all the enemy bounces are either fair or slight debuffs. That's what you want in this type of game. Let me explain. You always want the difficulty to air higher than lower. And the reason why you want that, I don't want it higher, cow. I don't want that, cow. Cow. I'm sitting here in California drinking my kale smoothie, and cow. I don't want you to have a cow, but you're wrong. I'm right. Here's why. You would rather have people have a slightly harder time to meet the new content than blow through the content a little faster. You want it to feel more interesting and more of an accomplishment when you take it than rather, oh, that was nothing. Why the hell? I don't even know why they put that in there. So that's good. So bug fixes, which is always the, hey, this wasn't supposed to work this way. So they removed an infinite loop interaction between the Prelator and Illifal. I hadn't heard about this. That is cool. And kind of funny. I guess maybe he might have accidentally been... I don't know if it was soloing it accidentally or if he was just stuck in a loop and the battle would never end and you were screwed. But yeah, infinite loop interaction. So you've seen some pretty damn good loops on my channel. And we don't need infinite. Infinite's not fun for anybody. The Royal Guard will no longer buff multi-class units. Ooh... So that is a little bit, probably because he was buffing mages and archers. I can't remember what Royal Guard does, but he was... Oh, wait. No, he's the one who adds power to your hero. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. I could say that's a good one. You should not be, You should not have to, No, that shouldn't happen. Multi-class characters are also no longer highlighted with hero-only items. Again, they're not able to use them, so there's no reason to highlight them. I like that. You can now refresh campfires after selling items if you previously has no gold. You can now refresh campfires. That must be a weird... Oh, I guess if you accidentally sold an... Oh, yeah, okay. So you can sell an item at the campfire if you're trying to, like, get more rolls or you're trying to get one more gold to get a hero. But, yeah, you probably should not, yeah, that just breaks it, and breaking is no good. The take no hero damage objective no longer fails if your hero only... Good one. Because, yeah, why would you want to stack armor if it's going to make you lose bonus objectives? It makes no sense. And the sound effect after defeating the final boss now correctly scales for players. So I'm back into New Game Plus! I'm going to get a sound effect! Yes! I'm oddly excited for this, and I don't know why. Do you have any thoughts of what you'd like to see in game? And we have, well, first of all, rate up. Dude, I'm seriously... Okay, there we go. Okay, there we go. I was about to... It looks like a really pale blue on my... This is a really... This is not the Devil's Heart. This is a Steam thing. This is a really dark blue, and I get that. This is a freaking pale blue that with the sun shining on me right now, I could not even tell at first. The only thing that I've ever said that I wanted to... Oh, you know what? It's my open forum with my open channel. The one thing I've always said is that I feel like Mariana and Jack... And this is something that they said they're already considering, so I don't want you guys to think that I'm still bugging them. I like the developers a lot. They've said they're looking into letting Jack be in the back row because he's not very useful after the first third of your dungeon run. He's not. It's a better, so it might make it a little more doable. Of course, that means that you have to write special rules for Jack, which may or may not break stuff. So I can understand if they're looking into it. If it's too powerful, it won't happen. But it's nice to know that you're heard. That's all that player bases really wants, to be heard. The other thing is, you know what? I don't know which one would be better, so I'm going to say both of them. I like I'll have to see what choose your path means. But I would also like slightly longer dungeon runs. Like don't add a 4th tier, but add like a couple of rules. Yeah, rules for generating rooms on the tier. And also, just like maybe an option you can turn on or off. Completely random. You might get 3 chests in a row. You might get 5 battles in a row. You might get 2 merchants in a row. It's not as bad as some of you probably thinking. Like, you can weight it to where, a couple of chests in a row is fine, but we want the number to fall after that because we want you to hit the other stuff. Or, there's a low chance you might hit 2, or maybe with merchants you never have 2 in a row, but maybe merchant battle merchant in case you didn't really have a lot of money and then you earned a lot of money. I would like the more randomness in the dungeon would be cool. But guys, that is all the time we have, and that is all the stuff we have for today. And yeah, as you can see, that, let's go ahead. And thank these guys so much for being so wonderful and giving us a really great priced, fun game that I've gotten. Oh God, man, how much use have I gotten out of this? Only 30, because it's not that long of a thing. And I've died a lot. So yeah, dude, I've paid way more for games I didn't even get half as much playtime on. And I'm still going to be playing it. And I hope that you are too. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Bye!